Hello students, this is Kanika. Welcome to my channel Prep Biology. So today in this lecture we are going to discuss about the very important topic of chapter number 2 of class 12th biology, that is human reproduction, and the topic we are going to discuss is pregnancy and embryonic development. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about the implantation process, that how from the zygote to the blastocyst formation occurs, and how blastocyst embedded in the uterine wall of the uterus, that is the endometrium, and implant itself in this uterus. Okay, so implantation, after the implantation the different embryonic development takes place, and that leads to the pregnancy. Okay, so let's start with the lecture. So we have discussed that during the implantation process in the human females, the blastocyst is formed. The blastocyst contains the outermost layer of the blastomere cells. That layer is called the trophoblast. The mass of cells inside to the trophoblast, that is called the inner cell mass, and the vacant hollow space in the middle of the structure, that is called the blastocele. Now, if we see the next development that takes place in the trophoblast, that is the development of germ layers. Okay, so there are three germ layers present in the that develops in the embryo. So after the blastocyst, this the three germ layers are formed. The outermost, how they are formed? The inner cell mass, the inner cell mass of the trophoblast, they differentiate itself and form the outermost layer, that is called the ectoderm. Okay, and the innermost layer formed, that is called the endoderm. After the ectoderm and endoderms are formed, the between the ectoderm and the endoderm, the middle layer formed, that is called the mesoderm. So the inner cell mass, they differentiates itself and form the outer layer ectoderm, middle layer mesoderm, and the inner layer, that is the endoderm. These three layers then further have the capacity to form the fetal organs. Okay, so they next differentiates or develop tissues, then organs of the fetus. So these three layers, the germ layers, helps in the formation of the tissues, organs of the embryo. I hope these development of the germ layers are clear to you all. So if we see the function of each of them, ectoderm forms the exoskeleton. Okay, so it will form the outer part or the outer layers of the embryo. Mesoderm develops into the organs, and the endoderm forms the inner lining of the organs. Okay, so these three germ layers are important. Now a very important point is here, that these germ layers, the some cells of the inner cell mass in the trophoblast have the special types of the cells. Those cells are called the stem cells. Okay, those cells are called the stem cells. The stem cells have the potency, or they have the ability to develop into different tissues, organs. Okay, so this point is very important, that the inner cell mass, some cells of the inner cell mass in the trophoblast or the blastocyst have the capacity or the potency to form different kinds of tissues and organs. So these cells are called the stem cells. Okay, I hope these development of the germ layers, the three germ layers, are clear to you all. Now, the next stage of the embryonic development is the placenta development. Now, This process is very important. So after the implantation, the blastocyst will embedded in the uterine wall and it will implant. Okay. Now, after the implantation, a small finger-like projections are formed around the blastocyst. That finger-like structures are called the chorionic villi. Okay, villi. Okay, so if we see, this is the structure of the fetus, how fetus look like inside the uterus. So this is the embryo implant in the uterus, body of the uterus, and the small, these are the small finger-like structures are formed around the embryo. Those finger-like projections are called the villi. Okay, so these are called the chorionic villi. Now, after the chorionic villi are formed, the chorionic villi are surrounded by the multiple uterine tissues. So if you see this diagram, this is the uterine cavity of the uterus, and this contains multiple uterine tissues that surrounds the chorionic villi. Okay, so the chorionic villi and the uterine tissues, they combined or interdigested with each other and they jointly form a structural and functional unit between the developing embryo, that is called the fetus, and the maternal body. That structure is called the placenta. This is very, very important. If you see that this uterine cavity and these chorionic villi, they join together and they interdigested with each other and jointly form a structural and functional unit between the embryo, this is the embryo or the fetus, and the maternal body. So that structure is called the placenta. That structure, this combined structure is called the placenta, that hold the fetus and that structural and functional unit between the developing embryo and the maternal body. I hope this is clear to you all. Now, if we see the structure, if we see the function of the placenta, there are two most important functions. First one is it will facilitate the supply of nutrients and the oxygen to the embryo. So the first function of the placenta is it will help, or it will facilitate the supply of the nutrients and oxygen to the embryo. Okay, and the second function of the placenta is it helps in removal of carbon dioxide and waste material from the embryo. Okay, so these are the two functions of the placenta which are very, very important. If you see this tube-like structure or the cord-like structure that will join the embryo and the maternal body, that structure is called the umbilical cord. Okay, that structure is called the umbilical cord. So the placenta is connected to the embryo or the fetus by the umbilical cord. Okay, so the umbilical cord, what is the function of the umbilical cord? It will help in the transport of the materials to and from the embryo. Okay, so it will help in transport of the materials to and from the embryo. Okay, so this is the function of the umbilical cord. So I hope this structure of the fetus, development of the placenta, function of the placenta, and the function of the umbilical cord is clear to you all. Now, if we see the role of the hormones during the pregnancy, so the placenta act as an endocrine system. So this is important. The placenta, majorly the placenta, act as an endocrine system. Why it act as an endocrine system? Because during the pregnancy, the placenta secretes several hormones several hormones which are very important for the fetal development. Okay, so let's start with the hormones. The first hormone that placenta secretes is a human chorionic gonadotropin, the that is called the HCG. Okay, so make sure this is very important. HCG expands for human chorionic gonadotropin. Second hormone that will secrete by the placenta is the human placental lactogen. Okay, placental lactogen, that is also called the HPL. Next is the estrogen. Next is progestogens. So these all are the hormones which are secreted by the placenta during the pregnancy. So after some period of the pregnancy, means in the middle of the pregnancy, the placenta also secrete very important hormone that is called the relaxin. Okay, that helps in the relaxation of the muscles during the pregnancy. So these all are the hormones which are secreted by the placenta. So now here are two very important points, that during pregnancy there are three major hormones which are secreted during pregnancy, that is the HCG hormone, HPL hormone, okay, and the relaxin hormone. So these three hormones are secreted during the pregnancy. But if we see that the other hormones like estrogen, progestogen, thyroxine, okay, thyroxine, estrogen, progestogen, these all are the hormone, and cortisol, these all are the hormones which are secreted in a highly amount during the pregnancy. Okay, so their level is very high during the pregnancy. Okay, so their level is increased during the pregnancy. And but if we talk about the HCG, HPL and relaxin hormone, they are secreted only during the pregnancy of a female. Okay, so these all are the hormones which are very important, which are very important during the pregnancy. Why these levels of the hormones increases during the pregnancy? Because it helps in the maturation and development of the fetus. That's why they are important during the pregnancy. I hope these all hormones are very important. Okay, so make sure you remember it carefully. So if we see the time period of the pregnancy in the human female is about 9 months. Okay, 9 months, which means 280 days and or the 40 weeks. So this time period is called the gestation period. Okay, the period between the conception and the birth, that period is called the gestation period, which is of 9 months. If we see the development of the fetus in this period, so by the end of the first month, the embryo's heart is formed. This is important. If we see by end of the second month, then the development of the limbs and digits takes place. In the end of the 12 weeks, means the first trimester is completed, means the first 3 months have completed, then the major organ system develops, or the external genitalia is also developed in the human fetal. Next is by the end of the 5th month, the movement of fetus is visible and the appearance of a hair on the head is also observed. If we see the end of the 24 weeks means the completion of the second trimester. First trimester means the first 3 months, second trimester means the next 3 months. Okay, so after the completion of the second trimester, the eyelids become separately visible and eyelashes are also here, the eyelashes are also formed. And by the end of the 9 month, by the end of the gestation period, the fully developed fetus is seen that is ready for the delivery. So this is all about the different developments in different months of the pregnancy. So I hope this embryonic development and the pregnancy period of pregnancy and development in the pregnancy is clear to you all. This topic is very important, and the structure of the fetus, human fetus is also very important. So make sure this structure, the levels of hormones, names of hormones is clear to you all. If you like this lecture, like, share and subscribe my channel, that is Prep Biology. Keep studying, study hard, study smart. Thank you so much.